The internet collapsed just now. What started out as harmless speculations has burst into this year's most shocking celebrity controversy involving Chrissy Lampkin's baby twist. And this isn't just another story about hip-hop and love. This kind of finding brings even the strongest men to their knees, shatters relationships, and destroys legacies. The supporters are screaming just one thing. Jim Jones's pivotal moment, Chrissy's smile, a cryptic post, and an unreadable caption were the starting points of it all. Sometimes blessings show up when you least expect them to. Within seconds, Twitter was on fire. Was this a pregnancy reveal? Something that is kept a secret. The beginning of the most startling change Harlem has ever seen. The revelations, however, came next. As he stated, "I didn't plan for this," texts allegedly from Chrissy fans froze. Jim doesn't yet know. Jim didn't know. She was being taken by surprise by the rap artist who had stood with her through decades of conflict, marriage offers, and public tantrums. What? Before the internet could even catch its breath, an audio clip inquired. Jim's voice came out angry and coarse. "Chrissy, don't play with me like this. What's going on behind those walls right now is more explosive than any Harlem argument, reunion fight, or diss song." With Chrissy Lampkin's enigmatic, stunning disclosure, Jim's world is finally falling in front of the world today. This is treachery, heartbreak, and survival, not reality TV anymore. What fans thought was just another ambiguous stance turned into the spark that ignited the most dangerous rumor mill in Harlem. But beneath the beautiful words and blurry Instagram filters lies a tempest so fierce that it threatens to permanently shatter one of the most notorious love stories in hip-hop. Chrissy had looked composed as she went live, with sparkling water in place of the wine glass and her hands neatly resting on her lap. Those 11 words sent supporters into a frenzy, but that was it. No names, no explanations, no specifics. She quietly told the world that sometimes advantages could come when you least expect them. Within minutes, Reddit threads turned into crime boards that cobbled together the evidence. But deliberately in front of Chrissy's stomach, and TikTok investigators were acquiring old screenshots, photos of her in looser clothing, and paparazzi photos of her clutching a bag. Instead of speculation, shock came from what happened next. Screenshots purportedly taken from Chrissy's private correspondence sprang out on Twitter like a meteor. "I couldn't hide it long, but I didn't ready for this." A close acquaintance said the contents were brief but devastating. The Harlem capo, Jim Jones, who had battled for Chrissy's devotion for over a decade, was about to be caught off guard when fans screamed as those 5 words, "Jim doesn't know yet," spread like wildfire. A 27-second audio recording, allegedly taken by a close friend or family member of the couple, went viral when the voice note was played, and within hours, it was evidently Jim's voice on TikTok, raw, piercing, and brimming with anger. "Don't play with me like this, Chrissy." Those words brought down the internet after everything we've been through. This is it, people. In exchanges with hundreds of comments on Twitter, he sounds shattered. This is the breaking point, so Jim shouldn't be disturbed by another twist. Fans had always thought of Jim as emotional, but never in this way. Never sounding like a man whose entire world had just been ripped out from beneath him. According to insiders close to Love and hip-hop production, there were rumors that the cameras were already in motion when the catastrophe occurred. As he left the scene, Jim allegedly screamed at the producers, "You knew before I did. You all wrote the script for this. Do you think this is funny?" The source said that security had to keep Jim from speaking to a producer right away, but the tape hasn't been posted yet. Partially, but another leak surfaced as the betrayal deepened. The fans were sparked by the whispers alone. According to reports, Chrissy stated, "He'll never be ready," during a group chat with 2 of her friends. "I'll keep waiting for Jim forever. This is happening with or without him." The fans stopped. Was Chrissy admitting that she had made up her mind, or worse, was she suggesting that someone else was in the picture? Investigators on TikTok wasted no time in their investigations, with some claiming that he was someone else entirely, a different guy she had confided in, and that he refused to settle down. Fans speculated that the text between him and Chrissy was from Jim himself, indicating her dissatisfaction with his constancy. An anonymous user claiming to be a Harlem insider posted a blurry video clip allegedly showing Chrissy crying on the phone before Jim arrived. But the chaos didn't stop there. Truth. Many people believed it was Chrissy's voice despite the video's shakiness and the distorted audio. "I don't want to lose him, but I'm not sure how to break the news to him." Was it only the pregnancy, or was she hiding something worse? Something to do with the paternity debate claims that many were already speculating about. The fire went out of control because of celebrity responses. 50 Cent, who never holds back, shared a meme of Jim looking nervous. Cardi B sent an enigmatic tweet with the phrase, "Told y'all this was coming," from an old reunion episode. Sometimes a blessing might feel like a curse if you're not ready for it. When Jim and Chrissy posted prayer emojis on her Instagram story, social media went into overdrive, fueling claims that she knew more than the average person. Even Remy Ma, who has known Chrissy for a long time, was enraged. Supporters choose a side. According to Team Chrissy, she was finally taking control of her life's course. Jim is no longer influenced by his decades-long hesitancy about marriage and starting a family. Team Jim claims that he was blindsided, misled, and disregarded. Both Chrissy's comment sections should be proud, yet they turned into battlegrounds. Dips at love will no longer be offered after this. Jim is worthy of better. Production insiders proceeded to spill more information in the interim, and it is believed that Mama Jones herself got involved, barging in during filming. Chrissy said, "Are you playing games with my son's life?" In the changing room, he pointed a finger in her face. "Do you think this baby will cure everything? Do you think you can remain concealed indefinitely?" Witnesses said Chrissy fled the set crying and refused to come back when Mama Jones threatened to tell the truth if Chrissy didn't come clean. The fans were enthralled. The drama had blown up due to Mama Jones's involvement and her use of profanity, which was never her way. If, in fact, she believed Chrissy was hiding something more than a pregnancy. Supporters knew the truth would come out eventually, and it would not be nice. Everyone was shocked when an anonymous insider tweeted just 3 words late one evening. "A test is being administered." Just those words without any background or explanation. Fans immediately assumed the worst, a DNA test. This wasn't just a pregnancy twist, if that were true. Jim Jones's entire universe may collapse here. The tweet that was used as the test was the spark. The internet was sparked by it. Within minutes, fans were analyzing every angle and demanding answers, examining earlier interviews and sharing hypotheses in the comments. There was, in fact, a test. There's just one way to understand it. There was more to Jim Jones's predicament than a pregnancy issue. He was troubled by the idea that the child may not even be his. When an anonymous screenshot of an alleged email conversation between Chrissy and a private clinic was shared by a pre-Instagram account, the rumors became louder. The word "results" appeared in the subject line. The timestamp matched the period Chrissy had ceased talking, but the sender's name was not obvious. Social media. Fans zoomed in, analyzed data, and discussed for hours. Was it real? Is it manipulated? However, one thing could not be denied. A DNA test was out of the question. No longer only rumors. It was a full-fledged web investigation now. Next, followed by the sound. When a burner Twitter account posted a hacked audio clip, the dispute spiraled into total chaos. Jim's voice was heated, urgent, and broken. "Tell me straight, Chrissy. Don't force me to ask someone else. If you really loved me, you would tell me the truth." The internet stopped working. Jim wasn't rapping. He wasn't faking it. Was someone losing their mind? Fans sent heartbreaking responses on Twitter. This was not Jim's voice. This is the tipping moment. For him, it is too much. But Chrissy's silence just made things worse. Nothing was published by her. Just stillness, with no affirmations, rejections, or explanations, and in such silence, fans filled the void with speculation. TikTok timelines were occupied by theory videos. Some were positive the baby was Jim's, but others claimed she had been hiding a relationship with someone else. One that mixes clips of Chrissy and Cameron with vintage video of Dipset. The events were watched by millions of people, and the theories were so popular that even stars joined in. 50 Cent commented, "I told y'all this whole castle built on lies." Then he doubled down. "When the truth comes, it always hurts the loudest one in the room," Cardi B said in a vague tweet. According to Fat Joe's live Instagram post, that's family business, but if there's a test, it's gone. Come on. Harlem isn't made to be secretive. The most shocking event, though, was when a private group communication allegedly involving Chrissy and her friends was leaked. She stated, "I didn't want it to go this far. I couldn't keep it a secret any longer, but he's never going to be ready. Then there was another message. If he does, he leaves. In any event, I've been alone in this for years." Fans analyzed every word, wondering if Chrissy was admitting to Jim's infidelity or if she was ready to raise the child without him. The betrayal became even more tangled when Mama Jones returned to the center of the chaos. allegedly confronting Jim directly and shouting, "Don't sit around here and let her make a fool of you," according to an insider. "You had best take that test." During the confrontation, Jim reportedly smashed a glass against the wall and wept. Neighbors allegedly overheard the argument and said the shouting sounded like something from a movie. Advocates began sharing chronologies of Chrissy and Jim's relationship, from their many public disputes to Chrissy's well-known rejection of the hip-hop and love proposal. One well-known TikTok put it all together with the unsettling caption, "We should have known it would end like this." But just as the internet thought it had the full story, another recording turned up. Longer, this one allegedly depicted Jim and Chrissy arguing at their home. Jim's angry voice wavered. "Why you? Let me find out this way." "Before I do, why do you tell the streets?" Chrissy's voice came back, determined but sorrowful. "Because you didn't listen." "You're never listening, Jim." The end of the recording was marked by slamming doors and muffled weeping. Twitter became popular. Fans disagreed as to whether Chrissy was the villain or the victim. Some said that she was protecting herself from Jim's unpredictable ways. She had betrayed them, others swore. The hashtags were modified. It turned into an online battlefield between "You're Team Jim" and "You're in Team Chrissy." Things became out of control when a gossip blog was published. It claimed that the claims came directly from a person with a manufacturing background. "Jim is unraveling and breaking down in ways we've never seen before," the individual asserted. Observed. "He seldom eats or sleeps, and he is always asking Chrissy questions that she won't answer." The cameras caught it all, and the internet ate it up despite legal attempts to stop it from airing. As viewers anxiously awaited the film, curious to see how terrible things had gotten, another layer of chaos emerged. Chrissy supposedly sent a DMZ to an unidentified guy. The identities were censored and the contents were unclear, but we were interested in one message in particular. "You've helped me in ways he never has, and I don't know what I'd do without you." The fans went crazy. Were they merely fervent outbursts, or was this proof of adultery? Background? In their frantic search for the enigmatic man, TikTok detectives generated suggestions from former lovers to industry insiders. Fans started speculating about Dipset as the betrayal tale intensified. "The cracks were always there," the subtitles said, as old video of Cameron, Jowell, Santana, and Jim came up. Some fans even speculate that the baby twist may have something to do with long-standing disputes among the group. Since chaos sells and the theories were wild, the internet didn't care. Then there was the startling cliffhanger. Late one night, a blurry image of what seemed to be a folded piece of paper on a tabletop with the message, "DNA results delivered today." The fans were enthralled. Nobody could tell if it was genuine or contrived. But the possibility was enough to send Twitter into overdrive. Timelines with just one unsolved question. Assuming the results are true, what will happen to Jim Jones next? It was more than just a popular photo of the folded sheet of paper with the words, "Today, DNA results were delivered." Social media exploded everywhere like a five-alarm fire, dividing the internet in two. Fans were obsessively examining timelines in search of any kind of proof. Was a romance ruined, or did Chrissy Lynn's blessing reveal the truth? Has Jim Jones opened the envelope at last? Decades in the making? At first there was silence. Hours went by with no word from Jim, no enigmatic Instagram post from Chrissy, and no use of the stray praying hands emoji by Mama Jones. However, insiders claimed that the quiet was actually chaos behind closed doors after a production worker allegedly leaked a voice note of a crew member whispering, "The paper on the other side of the room." Jim lost it. The entire planet went cold. On timelines, many people vented their rage and despair at the unfavorable news. One of the top tweets stated, "This isn't even entertainment anymore," describing the real-time breakdown of a man's spirit. TikTokers produced edits of Jim leaving hip-hop clashes and past romantic relationships, now accompanied by subtitles such as, "You ought to have gone sooner." Then came the startling discovery. A blurry video allegedly captured outside Jim's condo showed him yelling into his phone, "Never call me again," as he bounded down the corridor. "Don't ever mention my name again." As the movie came to an end, he slammed a door so hard that the camera trembled. Supporters screamed. Was it a producer who had known the results, or worse, Chrissy, the supposedly enigmatic man? Before him, social media exploded with the hashtag #NoTishizBob soaring to the top of the popularity charts. I analyzed every leak and soundbite, and Instagram lives emerged like flames, with admirers shouting at their one admirer who sobbed on TikTok. That it's ending this way astounds me. I grew up with Chrissy and Jim. Another yelled uncontrollably, After seeing everything, Mama Jones reappeared like a whirlwind just as fans thought that Harlem was on fire. A phone call that was hacked and surfaced hours later contained her voice. It thundered. She wasn't the appropriate person, as I told you. Check out my son now and see what she did to him. The video became viral, like wildfire, establishing Mama Jones as the authentic voice of Harlem fury. Those who supported her wrote, "Mama Jones was right all along. In any event, some accused her of making her son's suffering worse. She was enthralled." Meanwhile, Chrissy did something of her own last resort. Went live with flaming eyes and a quivering voice. Although I have no control over reality, things usually turn out this way. I didn't want this to happen. My heart belongs to Jim. Will be, but sometimes love isn't enough. Her words sliced like a razor through the noises. Fans didn't agree with the harsh statements. You wrecked him, it's true. Stop crying and tell us who it is. She quickly stopped the live video, leaving more questions than answers, and then followed the receipts. Everything was blown up. Screenshots of the actual DNA results were allegedly sent on Twitter. The frightening phrase is still discernible despite the fuzzy identities. There is a 0% chance of paternity. The internet exploded, fans shouted into their screens, and timelines swamped. Not his baby, but reactions. We were all duped by Chrissy. Jim Jones suffered permanent harm. According to an insider, Jim stayed mute, but silence was a confession in and of itself. And he completely disappeared from social media, removing posts, turning off comments, and disappearing from the public eye. Nights spent roaming Harlem alone, hooded down and listening to old music on headphones. According to the insider, this was his breaking point, and celebrities just served to fan the flames. Told y'all, man down, 50 Cent had to post? Cardi B immediately received millions of likes after sharing a heartbreak emoji without a caption. With an enigmatic post, Cayman, who had long been at odds with Jim, made matters worse. When I advised him, watch who he trusts, take a look. Despite fans accused him of gloating, even rival reality stars admitted that Cam knew more than anybody was prepared to admit. Someone said, Harlem loyalty ain't what it used to be, in response to a tweet. On TikTok, Erica Mena posted a video of herself lip-syncing. Imagine being Chrissy, the caption said. Beyoncé apologized. The burning heat was further highlighted by the celebrity replies. The finding of a last leak, however, was the most disturbing news. Supposedly a voicemail to a close friend, Jim's voice was raw, broken, and swaggerless. She left me with nothing after I gave up everything, even my life, for her. I'm not made for this anymore. Voicemail got viral. Wildfire. Fans were sobbing as they listened. One comment, which said it all, went viral. Jim had had enough. A reunion, forgiveness, and a resolution right out of reality TV were not the story's ending. Harlem was permanently divided, there was anguish, and there was silence. Despite fans' demands for explanation, the DNA results spoke louder than any reunion show could. As the internet recapitulated the fights, the tears, and the revelations, one unsettling thought remained. That's the end of it. The fate of an era was at stake here, not just a dispute. Jim Jones pushed himself to the brink, trusts were broken, and DNA results were made public instead of a wedding and a happily ever after. Not only was Chrissy's pregnancy a contentious issue, but it also marked a sea change. Don't think that this story is finished yet. New leaks are emerging every hour. The earthquake that shook Harlem broke the dedication of dipsets and forced fans to rethink their whole idea of love, loyalty, and heritage. More voice notes are surfacing, and there are rumors that Jim isn't done speaking. The silence won't last forever because when he does talk, the internet will be consumed in flames. The world needs to see the truth, so please click the like button to help this story spread. Click subscribe to start receiving warnings since the next leak might happen. Tonight, you'll want to be the first to know, not the last, I promise. Even a single update in this narrative means that you will be left behind as everyone else analyzes the new bombshell.